How's it going, YouTube? Just kind of wanted to make a video talking about this pair of LG tower speakers sitting on the table a little bit. As you can see, they're really tall. I think they're about 49 inches tall. Have to back way up to even get them in the frame. They're still not all the way in it. But I've got them next to some other speakers for size comparison, the little bookshelf type Sony speakers we've seen videos about before. And the MTX Thunder Pro 1200, I guess they're classified as party speakers, but pro audio style speakers. But the ones I wanted to talk about today are these LG towers. I've had them for a really long time. I got them for free, never really used them much because the sound quality, let's just say it's lacking with these. They do not sound very good. The bass is very weak with these, just not very impressive at all. I also have a center channel to go with the left and right towers, and I did want to show you, they do have some neat design aspects to them. Let's reach over here. As you can see, the speakers all contained in the top half of the unit. It has a little metal, I don't know what you call them, brackets that slot in, and wish the auto light would come on and show this. There it goes. But there's a little connector. It's just 2 pins, so I'm guessing that the crossover is inside this section here, the speaker, and the base, all it's going to have is just 2 wires that go down to the bottom. There's a little speaker terminal on the bottom, and here's something I thought was a little bit funny. They say 310 watts max program power, which would equate to 155 watts RMS, and you're about to see in a minute why 155 watts RMS is a joke for these. Let's see if I can get the grill off here real quick. If not, I might have to shut the camera off. I had it off earlier, so it should come off without too much fuss. Kind of a pain on these speakers. There we go. Pop it on off. Just got little clips that hold it down, but here's why the 155 watts RMS, 310 watts program, whatever you want to say, is clearly a joke. These drivers are tiny. It's a woofer, tweeter, woofer, mid-tweeter, mid, whatever you want to call it, style design, Doppolito, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Has a tiny little, about 1.5 inches, maybe 1.25 inches port there. It's got some stuffing material down in there. The entire enclosure is made of pretty chintzy feeling plastic. The only thing on the whole speakers that feels somewhat decent is the bass, which is weighted to keep them from wobbling around too much, but not a very impressive design as far as sound quality goes. They're modern, they look cool, I suppose, but the sound really does leave something to be desired. And we've got them hooked up here. I've got one channel hooked to the Kenwood receiver on the LG, and then the MTX is hooked to another channel of the Kenwood receiver. So we're going to listen to it here in a minute, but first let me pause the camera and pop one of these little mid-woofer drivers out of the cabinet so you can well, we can both see what's behind the curtain. Alright, we got the little driver out, and it's even punier than I thought. I really hope that's a neo magnet, because as you can see from my thumb, it's pretty pitiful. I mean, this thing is tiny. It must be a neo magnet, because this thing is so light. It doesn't even weigh a pound. It's just puny little speaker. Even with a neo magnet though, this thing is still the thing that 2 of these and a little tiny, about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch tweeter could handle any kind of power. They've got 30 watts written on the side of this thing. So that'd be the reason for these speakers' poor sound performance. And just for giggles, we got it up here next to the HDC 315. So as you can see, quite a size difference right there. But we'll go ahead and crank these two, turn on the LG and turn on the MTX speaker and switch back and forth so you can kind of hear the difference. Honestly, one thing, I thought there would be a huge efficiency difference between the two speakers. I thought when you could barely hear these LG towers that the MTX speakers would be screaming, but efficiency wise they're really not too different. Obviously the sound's way up high, so the camera may not pick it up as good from the LG, but when you really notice the difference is when you turn the bass control up and add a little bass, and these LGs just sound hollow and puny versus these MTX, which do kick pretty good, but these things are really anemic. I'd put their bass performance on par with a Bluetooth speaker that you buy at the gas station. But enough talk, we'll turn a little sound on and listen. Alright, we've got the loudness on and the bass +4. That's the MTX. Not sure if you guys can tell on camera or not, but LGs don't sound terrible until you do try and get a little bass out of them, and they're just a little bit disappointing. But they do have some decent design aspects, I'll give them that. I do like the two-piece design, which would be helpful for transportation and storage purposes. But overall, if you're going to buy something like this, your money could be spent better elsewhere. I think these MTX speakers were $99 a piece shipped to my door. And these LGs were originally part of a 5.1 system that had a subwoofer that was probably crossed over a little higher and didn't demand too much bass out of these speakers, but still small speaker, small sound in my experience. So, but just thought I'd make a little quick video discussing these and what my thoughts on them. And we'll hopefully have some videos on these MTX Thunder Pros here soon. I do enjoy these speakers quite a bit, and they're very impressive, especially in the bang for the buck category. But I guess that's all for today. Overall, LG speakers, a little on the wimpy side. Prime sound system, high quality real surround system. None of that fake surround system stuff here.